What's going on, people in YouTube land? KimchiChris here, and welcome to today's brand new video where we are going to talk about something that has been talked about at excess on this channel. This individual has been one of the focal points of the channel in the past. I haven't done a lot about him recently because there hasn't been a lot to talk about, but here we are with some little slivers of information about things from the past and possibly the future coming to surface through videos, through the internet, through this weird little Facebook group, all kinds of stuff. We are talking about Vinnie Vincent today, and we're talking about the future for Vinnie Vincent in 2019. So I'm just gonna take a wild guess that most of you that clicked on this video know about Vinnie Vincent and last year, his 2018 comeback special, similar to the Elvis one. He was even scheduled to play in Elvis's house, except that never happened because he's Vinnie Vincent. But regardless, in 2018, he did rise from the grave, similar to Night of the Living Dead. And he was back and he did autograph signings, he did interviews, he got on social media, he got off social media, he played a few bits and pieces of songs at a couple of events, he even had some shows booked, then he moved the shows, then he canceled the shows, and he did all kinds of stuff. Everything the man could do with the bright future, he just kind of threw it away, but regardless, that's what Vinnie Vincent's 2018 was. But that's in the past, and even though he's living in the past, we're in 2019, and there could be some Vinnie activities a-brewing. They could be a-brewing, if you believe, which a lot of us, don't anymore, but that's okay. Let's still talk about some of the stuff that has been surfacing recently. So one of the things that did surface recently was an interview with Jim Crean on the Metal Voice. I'll link it right below here. That is the individual that was going to be the singer on these comeback Vinnie Vincent shows if they had ever happened, and he definitely dropped some interesting details in this interview. Now, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing because you need to go watch that video link below when this is over, but the things I find interesting from it is that he does talk about some of the songs that they were going to perform. Of course, there were standards like Lick It Up, A Million and One, what have you, but Unholy in particular was going to be one of the ones that they attempted to play, and that would have been awesome. Now, obviously, Vinnie didn't play on the original, but he did co-write it, and seeing him pull that off, if he could have pulled it off, would have been incredible, and something for all of the fans to behold. That would have been really, really cool. But back somewhat on the negative side of things, he also talks about the fact that these shows being canceled was completely on Vinnie. It wasn't the promoter's fault. Everyone says that, and that guy doesn't have a great track record either, but he really talks about it being Vinnie's fault and how he changed his mind about 1,000 times on what he did want to do, on what he didn't want to do, on who he wanted involved, on who he didn't want involved, all this crazy stuff. He said it was basically like a sinking ship, and at the end of the day, nothing happened, and it will always be a what-if scenario for him in particular, since he was supposed to be part of the band, and even he didn't know what was going on. Which is insane when you have a singer in your band and you never even talked to them yourself, because he talks about that in there as well. He was exchanging emails with the promoter and things were going really well, but he never actually spoke with Vinnie, even through writing or over a phone or a text message. I mean, can you just imagine texting Vinnie? You just text him and be like, "Hey Vinnie, what's up bro?" And then of course Vinnie would respond, he'd say, "Oh, nothing, just hanging out, not doing much." "Cool, you want to play a show? The one we have booked?" Vinnie would respond, of course, I'm good, I don't have to play that. I'm just not going to, I'm just not gonna do it. So you gotta kind of feel bad for this Jim Crean guy because, he's out there as a real working musician. He tours with lots of people, he puts out records, he's a professional it sounds like, and he kind of just got thrown into this mix, and luckily it wasn't too long. He wasn't really involved there from the beginning, but just kind of a mess for that. But he did say he got some fans out of it. A lot of the Kiss fans have bought his records already and have been very supportive. So you know what? Good for him at the end of the day that he somehow did get involved with this at the tail end of the whole fiasco. And as far as announcements go for Vinnie in 2019, the only thing we really have right now is a screen cap of an announcement from that guy that I guess is his manager now from the Vinnie Vincent Euphoria Facebook group, the cultish type group that just bans people regularly. That's the only update we have right now, and in this update that they did that was riddled with typos and just weird phrasings of stuff. Basically, they said, keep faith, guys, because Vinnie is booking a show. It takes a long time to book a show. It takes a long time to get ready for the show. He's also going to be putting out some vinyl reissues, and he is ready to shred for you. And I'm sorry, as somebody who has played music for a very long time and has worked around music for a long time and worked with artists and all kinds of things, no, it doesn't take a year and a half and several bookings and reschedulings and cancellations just to get a show booked, especially when you had over 20 years off to start with. I don't even know why they're trying to keep this going at this point. I mean, other than the fact that maybe they're going to try to do another scheme to get a lot of people's money, even though from what I hear, everyone did eventually get a refund from their rescheduled shows. It just took some real fighting. I mean, many people had to do claims with their credit card company and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but they eventually got it back one way or another. So I don't really know what the purpose of continuing to drag people along would be at this point, because if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. I mean, after all this back and forth, despite me sounding like I'm angry at the guy, I'd be the first in line to see him if he played in Nashville if I could pay at the door. That's the key. I'm not investing any money up front in this situation because there's such a good chance it's not going to happen, because guess what? It's not going to happen. Now, I would love for him to prove me wrong. I really, really would love for him to prove me wrong. That would be amazing. I would love Vinnie to get on stage, and he doesn't even have to shred. Just play some notes, play some complete songs, all kinds of stuff. I sound like a broken record because I've said this many times before, but I just want that to happen. But the worst part is there's still a few people, very few, very small amount of people that believe this is going to happen, and it's not. Now, I know that Vinnie watches a lot of these videos online. I know he's seen my videos because I was told this by some people that work with him directly. And if you're watching this right now, Vinnie, prove me wrong. Get up on stage, play some music, melt my face off, do something. But until then, stop saying you're going to do something if you haven't done it, okay? All of these posts you did when you had your Facebook last year about vinyl re-releases and shows and tours and books and everything, it just didn't happen, and people are done hoping it's going to happen. People are over it. That's just all there is to it. And I know that I'm contradicting myself just a little bit by even making a video about this, saying that people are over it, and here I am talking about it again. But people keep asking me about it. People message me, KimchiChris, talk about Vinnie. People ask me in person, KimchiChris, talk about Vinnie. There's some stuff coming out there. There's little bits of hope and dreams and broken dreams that are out there. Please talk about it. So that's why I'm here. I'm doing this as a service for you guys that like to listen to me ramble about Vinnie Vincent. And I really do appreciate that you guys want my opinions on this. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed this video at least a little bit. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Vinnie. I know that it's going to be a hodgepodge of craziness because it always is on the Vinnie Vincent videos. Once again, my name is KimchiChris. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.